Thank you, Jason. Mention Dasani.
All right, we're next joined by Oklahoma State with head coach Kenny Gajewski, Rosie Davis, and Carly Godwin. We'll start with an opening statement from coach, then we'll take questions for the student athletes and end on questions for coach. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Obviously a good win for us. I thought we came out. They scored. Carly hits a big home run to tie it up, and felt like it was going to be a lot of runs that were going to be scored. I didn't think that Ruby was very sharp, to be very honest. I think I was probably pretty obvious from what you saw, but I'm just really proud of this entire team. I think of people like Riley Crandall that comes in and really stabilized the game, especially after her first inning. And then I just look at up and down the lineup. One of the biggest plays of the whole game is Macy Graff pinch running for Carly and getting a second on a ball in the dirt when we couldn't execute a bunt. And then we don't execute. We get her there, and then Audrey gets the big base hit, deep at bat, deep and then the count at bat. Michaela Warwick has the big pinch hit. Just a lot of good things up and down the lineup. Just very proud of our team, and we got some breaks here today. It's something that we haven't had. Whereas you're talking to these two, it feels like we haven't had in the game. We just had some errors by we're just kind of have kind of felt like they've been against us the whole year. So always good to win the first game. It's surely or for sure the hard part is still way ahead of us, but it's a lot easier to get that first game.
Questions for the student athletes. Go ahead.
Carly, let's start with you. Obviously, big day at the plate. What were you feeling? Anything different than you had been feeling the last couple of weeks? And what did it mean to have both your individual performance and to have this big rally as a team today?
Yeah, I think a big thing that everybody's been telling me is that what's happened so far doesn't really matter, and just continue to grind through it and work through everything, and just be a leader, be there for your teammates, and I think that's kind of what I've been trying to focus on, and so I think it was great, and I think as a whole for the team, we've just talked about freeing up a lot, and I think it definitely showed today. We were more aggressive. We just we're more passionate in everything and not just, like we're playing on nails. And so I think it was great for the whole team. And I'm just super proud of everybody and how we just continued to fight. And even when we got up by a few runs, it was never enough for us and just kept working through it. So.
Rosie, I want to ask you about Carly now because obviously we know how close you two are, and to see her have the day that she had, what was it like for you?
So happy for her. We've had long talks that make us both better players. Stop. I'm gonna start crying. I'm so happy for her. I'm so proud of her. She's been grinding. She's never let any moment get too big for her. And I'm so proud of her.
Rosie, I want to come back to you and maybe help you out here. Take us through the double play at the end.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking. I saw Maggie try and dive and catch it in the air, and then there it goes, just rolling at me, pick it up, and I just chucked it. I was trusting in Carly to be able to, wherever I was chucking it high or low, I was trusting that she was going to catch it, and she's an amazing first baseman, so obviously she did.
Really for either of you guys or both of you guys, whoever wants it, just obviously the that sixth inning was really when you guys kind of came alive and took over the game. Just what did you guys kind of maybe feel shifted in that inning, or where did you guys kind of how did that kind of play out?
I was just, for me, it was just a focus of keeping our energy high and our positivity high and just going up there and executing and just controlling what we can control and putting off good swings and making good things happen and making the defense work.
And then Carly, there were obviously your two home runs. There were five home runs in this game total. Just was there anything about Bogle Park in particular that makes it a hitter's park, or just what did you kind of think of that?
It was definitely a fun park to play in. It gets super loud and crazy there, and I've always watched this place and seen it on TV, but I've never been here, so I think it was definitely a very cool environment to play in. So.
We have questions on Zoom for the student athletes. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for your time.
Thank you.
No, you guys can go. Just don't leave me.
We'll now take questions for Coach. Go ahead.
Kenny, I want to start with something small. When Tia came around and scored from second on that throw behind the plate, did you know she was coming? I wasn't watching you to see if you would
I mean,
look
I
back.
was trying to get her there to go, but I don't think she could really hear me. I mean, I'm kind of looking there to see the ball and probably telling her to go, but that's a play that Tia is growing up on. Like, she doesn't need me. She needs to use her eyes. And like we've been talking a lot about in the last month about playing like your 8-year-old self. And just like if you were in the backyard, would you have gone on that? Yeah, you would have gone every time. So go here. Like, we've got nothing to do lose here. So go. And that's the kind of stuff that Tia's got to do to be the player that we need and the spark. And her first two at bats weren't very good, but that was a huge play, and credit her for not being down when I pinch hit for her, you know what I mean? And Mick gets the big hit, and then she makes something happen there. So it was really cool.
And then you mentioned Audrey, the really good at bat she had. I'm guessing there was some frustration that she didn't get the bunt down, but it kind of worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah, I was super frustrated because that's something that this team is capable of executing at a level that's like elite. And when we do, things go really good. And so we had two of them here today. Talon didn't get one down either, and we kind of got lucky when their pitcher didn't even look. She just ran right to first base. Kind of a lucky play for us, but it worked out. So we just got to continue. Like, that's the thing I've talked about. If we execute our offense, we're really good. And if we can get some other things to happen like it did here today, we can be tough to beat.
And just we've talked all season about how a lot of these things have been kind of mental blocks that for your team that you've been having to try to get over.
Yeah.
How valuable can just an inning like the sixth or a win like this be to maybe free some things up?
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, if it doesn't, I don't know what can, right? Like, I just think that's part of this. Like, we know that we can be an offense that can do that type of stuff and put pressure on the other team. We just have to make it happen, and we've got to take good at bats. And we took good at bats. We hit some balls hard, and the harder you hit balls, the harder plays that they are to make. It speeds everything up. It speeds the defense up, and so I was just real happy with the way we did that stuff. Even Rachel late in that game hit a hard ball to short, and the shortstop had to kind of go to her knee and then throw the ball, and she threw it wild, but the ball was hit hard, and that's the kind of stuff that we've got to have.
Kind of just the same question I had for Carly, just the 5 home runs between the two teams. Do you feel like this is a hitter friendly park, or just how does that? Yeah, just what do you see there?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here. I've been coming here since, man, I've been in softball. This is my 13th year, so 3 here or 3 at Florida, and we came here twice, and I've been here a couple of times in my 10th year now with OSU. So um, uh, it's always been a place where I've seen runs scored. It's a fun park. Like, it's, I don't think it's unfair. I think it's very fair. And the wind's blowing out here today. I woke up and I was like, oh boy, the wind was howling. It's like I felt like we were at our place. Um, and I just, I don't think there was a home run hit that the wind affected. I mean, those balls were crunched. The 2 balls that Minnick hit, if the berm's not there, they may still be going. And I thought Carly's were crunched. I mean, and their 9-hole kid, that was a bomb. Like, those balls were hit. So I just, I think if we go back, I bet most of those pitches were middle and up. We'll go back and look, and when good hitters get those type of balls do a hit, they're gonna do damage.
Coach, obviously you have a team playing right now that you've never met, and then obviously Arkansas on the other side that you probably know pretty well. How do you prepare for these two moving forward with this quick turnaround?
I mean, we'll go back and work. You know what I mean? It's got nothing better to do. We'll turn on other games and do what we do. We're softball junkies. Um, you have to be if you want to survive in this day and age. And we'll just go back and watch them. I mean, we've already prepared some. Obviously, we prepared 75% of our work towards the team we just played. And we'll have to stay fresh on them too. You know what I mean? You just never know what happens. So, but we played Arkansas in the fall. Neither one of us threw our top arms. There was a reason behind that. I was kind of laughing when we were driving home in the fall. I go, it's funny how neither of us wanted to throw our arms. But we played. It's softball. We've watched them a ton throughout the whole year. I have a ton of respect for, I mean, they got to go win. So I don't even know why we're talking about Arkansas, to be honest, but we're going to pay attention to the game that's going on. And I probably am way ahead of myself here. So,
Top arm, with Ruby. She said a lot that in the Big 12 championship or Big 12 tournament game, she wished she got 2 pitches back from that. How much does she beat herself up in this one coming out early, but obviously still more game to play now as in the winner's bracket?
yeah, I mean, I'm going to go back to the hotel and I'm going to talk to her and I'm going to kind of jump on her because I didn't think her mentality was very good here today. And her warm up was bad. Carrie walked in and said her warm up was bad, and I joked and I said, "Well, maybe she got all the bad out." Um, but she was not very good for Ruby, and she'll be the first one to tell you that. I wouldn't say that if I didn't think that she could handle that. She's gonna wear this hard. But like I told her, I jumped on her during our game. She was sitting on the bench, and I was like, "Get your butt off the bench and get up on the fence like the whole team." And that's what she needs. She craves the coaching. She just hasn't had in her whole life. I think people are sometimes afraid to coach kids like this because um, they're hard to coach at times. But they crave it. Actually, she's an elite player. She had a bad day, and she had a teammate who picked her up. So we're gonna focus on that first, and then we're gonna get Ruby right, and whoever we play next. Carrie and I will talk. We'll talk as a staff, and we'll figure out where to go. But this is postseason. Like you ride who you ride, and we'll get there and we'll figure it out. And um, Ruby will be just fine.
To Riley, what gave you the confidence to stick with her after the way things started for her, and what do you think changed for her?
Well, she hadn't thrown in 11 days. So I wasn't totally shocked that it wasn't like dialed in. We inter squatted on Tuesday just for her. She was really good, but it's not the same when you walk out to this place and, it's postseason and you kind of know what's at stake. But Riley, for those of us that don't know much about her, she beat Florida last year in the Super, kind of mowed them down, and then almost beat them in the second day or the third day again. So she's not a stranger to big games, to big crowds, to pitching well. She's gotten better here. She's just had to deal with that knee, and it's been fun to watch. So I'm just proud of her for doing what she did. I don't even remember what you asked me. Was that all right? Okay.
Do we have questions on Zoom for Coach? Looks like you're up.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.